Hello and welcome to Open Everyone. I'm Rhina Valentin, your hosting Café con Leche for the next hour. Always inviting you to get social with us online. That's right. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV and like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, don't forget, while you're there, follow moi on Twitter, Instagram, FB, Snapchat, Insta Stories, LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. So, Catholic schools in the Archdiocese of New York provide children of all backgrounds with both an academic and spiritual learning environment. And admissions for the 2018-19 school year for the Archdiocese of New York begins today, December 1st. And their Touring Tuesdays gives families the opportunity to learn more about the 130 participating schools and find one that best fits your child. And joining us now to share more, we welcome Nick Iacono, Nick Iacono, Director of Communications and Public Relations at the Office of Superintendent of Schools. And welcome and happy Friday.
Good morning, Rhina. Thank you so much for having me on the show today. Yes, it's a really exciting time for parents in the city of New York. You know, this week the public schools opened their admissions on Tuesday, and now today our school system, the Catholic school system, is opening their admissions on December 1st, which is pretty early considering.
Is it? Okay, so here's the thing. I'm sitting here on this side going, oh, I'm a parent. I have no idea when the admissions begins for the following year. So this is really helpful, even to me.
Exactly.
So let's talk a little bit about this admission process, because this is for 18 to 19.
Right.
So that's, you know, is that for September? We're saying September to the 19th, right? So that's how you do it. I don't even know. Like, I'm 8 years in the hole of being a mom, right?
Right. Well, that's sort of like you said, it was by design, because in previous years, we used to open admissions after the new year. And we found by moving it up to December 1st, which is sort of putting it in line with the public school system, it's giving parents and families, you know, more time to make decisions. And we said, if the public schools are opening and parents are already starting to consider that school system, why not open ours at the exact same time so that we can be on their radar as well. And I have to say, Rhina, it's had a tremendous effect. And Touring Tuesdays, which, you know, we're going to discuss in a second, is part of facilitating parents making those decisions.
Okay, so Touring Tuesdays is kind of like an orientation of some sort, right? So how does that work? Is it the parents with the children, or is the parents assessing the schools themselves? And how do they get a list? And you know, what kind of, how many schools do they visit within that one Tuesday?
Sure. So there are 133 schools. Almost every elementary school in our system participates in the Touring Tuesday program. And essentially what it is, it's an open house. So from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., the schools will open their door, welcome parents in, and they can just show up, or they can make an appointment. So they can go on to www.applycatholicschools.ny.org/visit, or call our bilingual hotline in English and Spanish, which is 646-794-2885. And they can either make an appointment or just show up with their child and see the school. I mean, that's, in my opinion, one of the most important ways to help parents make their decision, is to actually go to the school and see the teachers, talk with them, see the technology that we're infusing in the classroom, the laptops, the Chromebooks, and just see the great, safe environment that we've created for parents and families.
So, with regards to the schools in certain neighborhoods, how does one seek the ones that are most convenient for them?
Yes. So if you go on to applycatholicschools.ny.org, you'll actually, there's a tab that you can go to with the school finder. And
Apply Catholic School?
Applycatholicschools.ny.org. And we have a neat feature called the school finder, and you can enter in your zip code, and boom, a list of all the schools.
Like a Google for the Archdiocese.
Exactly.
Very cool.
And it superimposes the schools on Google Maps. So you can actually look and see where the schools are actually located, and then you can click and go to that school website and see all the information on the school, the enrollment, the tuition, and you can even, most importantly, find out information about scholarships. A lot of folks are sort of put off by the idea of Catholic schools because they think, well, there's so much tuition, it's unaffordable. But last year, and consistently year to year, we raise about $12 million for scholarships and aid in our schools. So for low and middle income families, there are scholarship options out there to help them attend a Catholic school.
So let's talk a little bit about the level of education of Catholic school versus public school.
Sure.
And, you know, I'm asking you, like, where we are now. I'm a Catholic school girl, so I went to Catholic school.
Same here,
Yeah,
obviously.
so I'm just curious to know, like, what is the benefits?
Sure. So I'll start with sort of the academic side of things and then more of the social side of things. So when it comes to academics, year after year, and don't get me wrong, public schools in this city do a phenomenal job, but year after year, what we see from the New York State ELA and math state test scores, our schools in the Bronx and system-wide from all 10 counties are consistently outperforming public and most charter schools in ELA and math. So the one thing I would say for parents is that, you know, just look at the numbers. We're doing so much more on such a smaller budget than some of the public schools have. Then, what I really think is the hallmark of our Catholic school system is the way that we seek to educate the whole person and focus on conscientious citizenship. So for instance, here in the Bronx, our Bronx Catholic schools have a partnership with the University of Virginia Government and Leadership Urban Leadership Program, where graduate students from UVA come here to the Bronx to teach students on civics and leadership and civil discourse. So that's what I think really the extra draw is for Catholic schools.
Nice. So you bring in leaders to teach the leadership component.
Exactly.
That's hot.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That they didn't have that one.
You have to be innovative, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Always be innovating.
That's why I asked,
Yeah.
like, where are we now in that development, right? Because,
Sure.
I mean, me personally, I have my daughter in a progressive school, right?
Right.
And that's just because I chose to kind of go the artsy route.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Catholic school, it's like, it's a little more rigid, it's a
Sure.
little more structured.
Sure.
But it all depends on how you want your child to develop.
Exactly, and that's why we say when it comes to schools and education, one size doesn't fit all. And that's why in the Catholic school system and the Archdiocese, we feel strongly about pro-school choice policies because we want to give parents, especially here in the Bronx, the opportunity to say, well, let me try and find the school that fits my unique needs. And sometimes that's not the local public school. Maybe it's the local Catholic school or charter.
No, which is really good that you're doing this Touring Tuesday. So before we leave, let's just let everyone know the dates of those Touring Tuesdays because it's not every single Tuesday.
No. So the next Touring Tuesday is actually this coming Tuesday, December the 5th. Then we have, and you can see all the dates when you go online, but I believe they are January 9th, January 30th, March 13th, April 13th, and then April 24th.
Right, it's just so that they understand that you have from here until spring to actually explore as many schools as possible.
Exactly.
Which is the idea.
Yeah, you can come in at 9 to 11 when they have them, or you can set up a special appointment if you work during the day. So we're very flexible for our parents.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you so much, it was a pleasure.
Yes. I said it right.
Yes, you did.
All right, you guys, if you're interested in Touring Tuesdays and learning more, you can go to catholicschoolsny.org/visit. Okay, we're taking a quick break, but coming up, we'll find out about a powerful and healing book by the co-founders of Loving Meditations. Don't go anywhere.